What's up guys, this is Miyasin, so I just came back from the gym, and apparently there is new Tenyi support, so let's check it out immediately as soon as you smash the like and subscribe button. Yo, you know this is real, my man. Anyways, the first card is Tenyi Spirit Surya. We're gonna try to see how good this might be in Sword Soul, because obviously what is good for Tenyi is inherently good for Sword Soul, because you're not playing pure Tenyi, stop the cap, you're playing Tenyi Sword Soul. Anyways, Light Worm Tuner, level 4. You can only use both effects once per turn. If you control a weird monster or a non-effect monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. Okay, so this is already a little better in a way than the typical Tenyi effects, because I remember if you had like let's say a Moye that got negated, you couldn't really extend with like some Tenyi monsters because then you don't control a non-effect monster. But this is a tuner, so if your Moe gets impermed, you just summon this and then you synchro summon, so that's already really good. Anyways, if this card is sent to the graveyard as a synchro material for a weird monster, you can special summon one Tenyi Link monster from your extra deck. It cannot be used as a Link material, then you lose life points equal to its Link rating multiplied by 1000. It doesn't negate the effect of whichever Tenyi monster you summon. Now, what are the Tenyi Link monsters that you can't even summon? There is Monk of the Tenyi, doesn't do anything. Shaman of the Tenyi, this is a monster reborn for any of our worm, but then it locks you under Tenyi effects monsters only for the rest of the turn. It's not too bad. Draco Masters of the Tenyi, that's also not too bad. Berserker of the Tenyi, that's basically a monk but stronger. And then there's also Tenyi Spirit Sahasrara. What is this? Let's look at DB Grinder pronouncing these cards. This one, while you control a face of non-effect monsters, monsters your opponent controls cannot target effect monsters for attack. Also, your opponent cannot blah blah blah. Quick effect, you can target one effect monster your opponent controls. Special summon one. It's not the best, but hey, it's a free summon, so honestly, I'm not gonna complain. This card was already good with its first effect. It gives additional resilience to the Sword Soul deck. I will absolutely take it, and this is a card that you can easily special summon with a Shuna, yet summons any Tenyi monster from the deck. That's actually really good. The Tenyi spell cards are really good, even though they don't have Tenyi in their name. Vessel for the Dragon Cycle and Heavenly Dragon Circle, fantastic cards for sure. And also, Heavenly Dragon Circle can search your deck for any weird monster, which can search Protoss. And this is the original Protoss deck. It's not like a Ritual Beast, for example, that has to go into Infernal Flame Banshee and then search the flag and then Protoss. No. You skip all that bullshit, you go straight for the Protoss, and then you have fun and you destroy your opponent. So the way I see it is you can summon your Shaman, which is a fire monster, and then you can just call fire with Protoss and you win. As a matter of fact, this card's already insane because you can summon an earth, a fire, a light, and a dark with its effect, which means that the Protoss is immediately much better. This is remarkable. My god, this is already off to such a great start, and the fact that it's a tuner, it's huge. 9 out of 10 at the very least. And I'm not even a Tenyi Sword Soul player, but I mean, I think gonna make a lot of people really happy. I can't wait to cook some Tenyi Sword Soul combos for you guys. Anyways, now we got the Tenyi Spirit Mulu Adhara. Oh, okay, so that's the evolution of the little level 1 monster. Generic, okay. You can only use the first effect once per turn. If this card is synchro summon and you have 2 or more weird monsters in your grave and or banished, you can add 1 field spell from your deck to your hand. Any of them. Whoa. My first reflex when you can search any field spell is, well, you can search Secret Village, but there has to be better than that, right? What are the broken field spells that you can maybe search in Tenyi Sword Soul? I'm not 100% sure. Obviously, there's like the built-in, like Tenyi field spell, but it's not the best. Mystic Mind, the best field spell of all time, is banned. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, well, we're gonna try to check if there's some nice cards out there that you can search. For sure, this has to be broken. You can even search like Necro Valley, and that's still kind of solid if you're going first, but you kind of lose to like, and the Sword Soul deck kind of, does it lose to, yeah, it kind of loses to Necro Valley. Whatever, I'm sure there are some nice things that you can do. Anyways, this card gains these effects while there is a non-effect monster on the field, so it cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Your opponent cannot target this card with card effects, and it can make a second attack during each battle. All of those effects, just because there's a non-effect, that's it? That's actually kind of nasty, because this can summon your level 3, well, your Link 3 Berserker, that is like a 3k attack, and it has no effect, and then it turns on these effects, so it can't be destroyed and cannot be targeted, and can make a second attack, even directly. It doesn't have to be a second attack on a monster, and it's 3k, it's a big boy. And even your Draco Berserker of the Tenyi can make a second attack. Well, I mean, I think that's only on a monster, and it also gains a lot of attack and stuff like that. So I think the main good effect of this card is the first effect, but I spoke too fast. Yeah, there is a field spell for Tenyi. So this card is Eternal Perfection of the Tenyi. It is a brand new field spell. You can only activate 1 card with this card's name once per turn. You can only use the second effect once per turn. When this card resolves, you can add 1. Oh, ho, ho, yeah. Alright, okay. You can add 1 vessel for the Dragon Circle or Heavenly Dragon Circle, Cycle, or a Heavenly Dragon Circle. It's so confusing. Circle, cycle, from your deck to your hand. In case you didn't know, Heavenly Dragon Circle, I mean, I already mentioned this. This can search Protoss, and it also has a very good graveyard effect, but you cannot use its second effect during the turn you use the first effect, because you can only use one effect per turn only once that turn. And Vessel, you foolish your deck for any Wyrm, and then you can add one Tenyi monster with a different name from the sent monster. So you can maybe send Protoss and then find a way to banish it, maybe with the, what's his face, with the Tenyi, and then you can recycle it back with adhara. That's kind of a lot of mental gymnastics, but yeah, it's pretty nice. And by the way, you're going to be searching this with this, which is a joke to summon. It's basically a one-card combo. You can tribute one Wyrm monster, then target one monster on the field, destroy it. Okay, so there's a nice utility for your Tenyis that you generate for free off of this. Now you can just use it as a way to break your opponent's board, which again, I will absolutely take it. Now, honestly, this card would have been really much, I mean, it would have been so much nicer if you could just destroy anything on the field, so that if there's like an annoying floodgate, you can always take care of it. It would have been so cool if you could destroy spells and traps as well, because now if there's like a skill drain, there can only be one. You always have an out built in your engine, but obviously we can't always have everything. And also, this would have been the out to Mystic Mine. As a matter of fact, if Mystic Mine exists now, you can just tribute your own Wyrm to destroy your own monsters. It doesn't have to be an opponent's monster. So yeah, unban Mystic Mine, yeah, it's gonna make Tenyi Sword Soul insanely cracked. Like, completely broken. You can search it, you can out it. I feel like in 2024, Mystic Mine could almost get unbanned, and it wouldn't be that... Nah, I'm just kidding. Nah, we have way too many annoying stun decks. Actually, you guys let me know if you think that Mystic Mine should get unbanned just for this deck. I don't know why I keep thinking about it, but again, when you have something that can search any field spell, yeah, it's kind of concerning. I should stop thinking of Secret Village. You're clearly searching this. The final effect is, once per turn during your end phase, you can send this card to the grave, and if you do, place one Flawless Perfection of the Teni from your deck or graveyard face up in your field zone. What is Flawless Perfection of the Teni? It's not a new card. Okay, so it's also a field spell. All non-effect monsters on the field are unaffected by monster effects. Once per turn, if your opponent's special summon is an effect monster while you control a face down monster or non-effect, except during the damage step, you can draw 2 cards. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this is not super great. It's not the kind of card that you're really trying to play in the actual Sword Soul Tenyi deck, just because it's kind of like a semi-combo deck. I mean, it's more of like a mid-range deck because you're trying to play a lot of hand traps, and you're not really trying to play it as a control deck where just draw 2 cards and summon a bunch of non-effect monsters that pretty much do nothing. No, you're really just trying to spam the board with a couple of nice Sword Soul monsters, summon Protoss if you can, draw some cards with the sinister Long Yuan or something. I'm kind of out of the loop because it's been a while since I last saw Sword Soul, since I last played it, and since I last played against it. It's a deck that kind of got naturally power crept. But I do think that with this support, this deck is honestly kind of good into Molchami 4 arrows, because you can just go normal summon Moye and then reveal something. You get 4 rows to only make like Chi Jiao, search Blackout, set 1 pass, and draw a card, and also get a little bit of advantage in the process. It's not bad, and also the deck is naturally solid at beating Imperm, and with a card like this, being able to search Vessel, Heavenly Dragon Circle, you got extenders for days. I keep trying to find small little details. My bad, I'm just a hater, but I always love to complain about like the microscopic details. It would have been really nice if you could search for Vessel or Heavenly Dragon Circle every single turn, but also it would have been completely cracked. This card is good as it is, but I think only the first 2 effects are relevant. This effect to search your other garbage field spell, it's not real. It's not a real effect because you're not playing that card. So I think this is only really good for the 2 effects because you can search it with this. And this, I do not think, is going to be replacing the fact that Chi Jiao is still your priority as the level 8 synchro monster of choice. Now, I don't know how good Tenyi still is at beating like Nibiru in combination with another hand trap. I know that the play was always to triple out like Chao Feng, or obviously back in the days Baron de Fleur. Now Baron is banned, so it's basically Chao Feng or bust. But again, because of the fact that this also summons a Tenyi Link monster, it's really easy to go into Baxia and then destroy whatever Tenyi Link that you summoned, and then revive back the Adhara, and then make the Chao Feng that way. So I don't think it's going to be that much of an issue. And if you have some big balls, you can just say screw it and go for the Long Wan first, and then go for the Chi Jiao, and then also draw a card, and gets like way more advantage because it's kind of like a TG Hyper Librarian, if I recall correctly. I don't know if it's like once per turn or like up to twice per turn. I remember the card was kind of cracked. Sinister, Sovereign, something like that. Kikjin Long Yuan. Well, this is on the field, blah, blah, blah. You can only use each effect once per turn. There you go. But yeah, that card has like 3 effects, and all of them are insane. I remember that this card, as soon as it came out, people stopped playing like the Cheng Ying. And as a matter of fact, I'm like, every single time I see Cheng Ying now, it's always in a Runic deck. Obviously, it makes sense because it's a lot of removal and it can't be destroyed by card effects, but it's just an overall really good card. I don't know what to say. Like, these cards, all of them are great. I want to check what people had to say about that. Yeah, amazing Sword Soul support as well. Obviously, like I said, what is good for Tenyi is naturally very good for Sword Soul. So yeah, you guys can expect me to make an updated Sword Soul Tenyi combo video and deck profile very soon. As soon as you, again, get this video to 1,000 likes, I will guarantee it, 100%, with a spreadsheet video, as always. But yeah, you guys let me know how you feel about these new cards in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.